I think we'll have fun. So I guess we can kind of call this one like a house party or something.
Yeah.
Just like laid back.
Yeah. Friends chilling.
Sitting around the coffee table, playing Drunk Souls.
It'll be very reminiscent of when we were kids in 1999.
Yeah, it was a lot of sitting in my attic and listening to NSYNC CDs.
Exactly. Oh, God. And Sticks.
Yes. Yeah, we were weird kids, and we were very much into 70s rock.
We were real weird kids.
We're daughters of our fathers.
Absolutely. Oh, gosh, your attic. I loved your attic.
I did too, man.
That was our little hangout.
There was like a minute that LaDonna lived there.
I remember that.
I think about that house a lot.
I was always jealous when LaDonna lived there because I was like, you get all the time with Aunt LaDonna.
Oh. I don't even remember it. That would have been before 99 for sure because I wasn't...
Probably.
I couldn't have been very old.
We were pretty little. But yeah, I was super jealous.
Yeah, so I guess that was our late 90s experience, was like a lot of... I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I basically had friends at school, and then that was it. Like, it was me and my parents and me
and you
reading books. Yeah. And then that was the other was just like, it was a lot of us. Like, we were teammates.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Like, I think our experience was very much the same around that age.
Yeah, like,
because I didn't really, I mean, I would see Brooke sometimes outside of school, but
I remember Brooke.
I didn't have the same kind of relationship with her that I did with you.
Right.
Where we just shared everything.
Right. Lots of sleepovers.
Lots of sleepovers.
I don't even remember what it would have been other than, like, I guess movies and music.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think there was what was that game? It was like very much a, like, preteen girl talk, I think.
Oh, the one
with
with did it have the phone?
The stickers?
Yeah,
that too. Oh man, what a nightmare.
Pretty
if I
much.
had known that 20 years later I'd still have the same skin, I probably wouldn't have had so much fun with that game.
See, that could be part of it too. Just talk about like our 1999 as much as we can remember it at 30 years old.
That's the thing, like it's hard to parse that from what was earlier and what was later.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what the internet is for.
What, 1999 would have been the year after we moved into the house.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because we moved in 98, the year Rob graduated. Because
Okay.
that was never really
Right.
his home.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that.
So, trying to, I don't know if that can even help me or you piece that together, but it would have been after the duplex. So, anything we did at my house.
One thing why I kind of wanted to see were we going to do an episode on Practical Magic was just because I wanted, not Practical Magic, Cruel Intentions, was because I perceived you as watching a lot of movies that were cool and dark.
I did.
And
Girl Interrupted.
Sure. Practical Magic.
Practical Magic,
The
which I
Skulls.
loved. The Skulls, which I still love today.
See, a lot of that kind of stuff. And so you were
Yeah.
then you would also have like those red and black lights in your room. And
Yeah, I was the dark kid.
that purple perfume, the Halloween perfume.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
and then we read that book, Witch Child. I was like,
Oh, Witch Child. I loved that book.
I was like, man, Sarah's so witchy. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. And now I'm the plant lady. Kind of witchy.
There's a bag at Joanne Fabrics that I have several times thought of getting for you. It's just like a reusable thing. It says, plant lady is the new cat lady.
That is me in a nutshell. I even have, I have to tell you about this. So I had this holy grail plant that I wanted so bad. It's a tropical one.
Okay.
And it's a house plant. And I've never seen it in the United States ever.
Okay.
And anytime I've seen it for sale online, it's been like $100+. So
Right.
never going to happen. I fucking found that thing on Etsy for like $15. The shop is like a Washington, like, it's an actual plant store. Like, they have another website.
Wow. So they send you like a sprout or something?
They send you a full plant.
Jesus, what? How does that work in shipping? How do you
I've-
ship a plant?
I've only gotten one shipped to me before.
LTL?
and
Like, how does this work?
It's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah,
They
I
have to
bet.
like ship it priority so it gets there within a couple of days. And they basically like send you the plant in the pot really well.
God, from
like,
Washington, that had to be so expensive, just the shipping.
it was only $6.
Oh my God, shut up.
So this plant is showing up today, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Dang.
I
it's-
never thought I would own this plant. I'm so scared I'm going to
Tell me about this
kill
plant.
it.
Why is it so cool?
I'm about to pull up a picture.
Also, I'm jealous of your pop socket. I love space.
Okay, so have you seen the pop socket wallets? Because this has changed my life.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I hate carrying stuff.
Okay.
So, like, I just grab my phone.
I'm more of a clutch person, like, carry around a little zip pouch.
Gotcha.
But I just got this one because...
That is cute as hell.
It was half off.
Oh my god.
For those at home, it has a Bulbasaur on it.
I'm kind of obsessed with your phone case, too.
Thank you. That came from a friend, because I have just recently gotten this, Galaxy 8.
Oh, sweet. I have a Galaxy.
And so, yeah, the curved screen really creeped me out for a while there.
Yeah, it's real weird. I was going to show you a picture of this plant, but... Okay, so it's this plant that's like... It's white and green, and something, I think it might be heat, but it makes it have this, like, blush color show up.
Oh, nice.
And it's, like, beautiful. I'm so excited.
I always liked that little plant that was at Grandma's house, where when you touched it, the little leaves would freak out.
Yeah, the sensitive plants.
Yeah.
I've seen those, too.
I like that thing.
I used to mess with that all the time.
I know, I did too.
I think my dad's the one that gave her that.
All right. Let's just go for it. See what happens.
So are we doing cultural?
Sure, whatever we want.
Okay.
Smooth definitely goes on our playlist.
Oh, yeah.
That was the top song, apparently.
Oh, and Backstreet Boys, if you want to go that route, I Want It That Way.
Yes! Yes!
I think that was the first song that really made me get into the Backstreet Boys.
I have vivid memories of... I had, like, dance classes.
Mm-hmm.
And... It was like what the cool older girls were listening to when we did like jazz dance.
God, I think there was a brief period of my life where I watched TRL. I'm not a TRL kind of person, but like there was maybe a year or two in there.
Was it about that time?
I think so, because I'm seeing all these songs on this list and I'm like, I remember watching the music video to that and like dancing and singing.
A lot of this stuff I associate with Heartkeep Pool.
Oh, yeah?
It's very much like... The 90s were the summer for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
I could agree with that.
What I remember pop culture-wise. Because, like, at 10 years old, you're not that plugged into pop culture. At least, not in the 90s when we didn't have internet.
Yeah. Well,
really.
So much of that. I mean, you and I were obviously a different case where nothing was really off limits for us. But,
right.
But I feel like at 10, 11 years old, you're not really watching a lot of the things that are in the focus of pop culture.
Right. Like, I remember going to a sleepover once, and it was kind of a big deal that we were watching She's All That.
Really?
Like...
And for us, that would have just been, like...
I mean, it was, like, for the older kids, you know, and it was just, like, cool enough that...
Yeah. I love that movie.
It seemed like a... I don't know if I've seen it since then, but I definitely remember it.
I feel like I just watched it, like, last year.
There should definitely be more of, like, that genre... I don't know how much of, like, the teen rom-com there is anymore.
There's not really a lot anymore.
Love, Simon was pretty good, but I don't know who saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not really a thing like it was in the 90s, and that's kind of sad. Everything has to be so... I feel like that's a problem nowadays where everything has to be so serious. And...
Yeah, it has to be all the gritty reboot.
Yeah, and it doesn't... You know, you're missing out on...
Sure.
All of these enjoyable movies that we loved from 1999, like
it's something that we kind of touched on in our Shakespeare minisodes.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it's pretty problematic, those things, and I think now would be a really good time for them to start doing that if they wanted to reboot Shakespeare for the modern age.
Yeah,
they could really tackle some of the problems. Like I'm looking at a book from the 50s and trying to write a screenplay from that. And just looking at the world as we see it now, I'm like, there are some really cool changes that I could make to this that would really be true to the story and true to who the author became later in his life, that I think would be really cool reflected in a new retelling.
Have there been any that you can think of within the last, say, like 5 years?
Of like a reboot type? I mean, I don't really keep up with movies. That's part of the problem.
And I only really keep up with horror movies anymore, so you're not really going to get a reboot of most of those.
Really?
I mean,
is it more franchise stuff than
It's
reboots?
a lot of franchises. You do get some reboots, but nothing that would really fit this situation. Can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I've probably seen 4 movies in the theater in the past year.
I've seen 1 movie in the theater in the last 5-6 years because
Really?
I don't like the theater experience really.
Really?
Like I get easily distracted by other people.
Gotcha.
So like going to the theater is awful for me.
Probably especially for a horror movie where people are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, so we went to one actually for the first time in years and years and years, like not too long ago, and the movie was great. I still was distracted by people eating their popcorn, and
I like it. I'm all about a big screen.
oh, I love that. If I could just go to the theater and be like by myself or with
You
just
just
like
want
the person that I'm going with
To
then-
rent an IMAX for yourself.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Gene Siskel died that year. Oh my god, Mambo number 5.
Yes.
Oh, loved that CD. And I did listen to the whole CD.
And wasn't Smash Mouth really big in 1999? Like, wasn't that
Astro
the year?
Lounge was 99.
Yeah.
Fucking love that album too.
That was like the year of so many
Dude,
good.
that album kind of holds up. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's still a couple songs on that are in the rotation for me. Waste is pretty good.
I'm not even ashamed. I still love Smash Mouth.
Dude, I had a friend in elementary school who loved Lou Bega because he was half German, and she was also half German and half Mexican. So she was like, oh, he's like me. So that might have been part of why I got so into it, because she was. We got a Britney Spears. Oh, Blue.
Blue.
Dabu dee dabu da.
Oh, God. That. See, this is how I know that this was the era that I was watching a lot of TRL, because I remember that video. And
I
any
don't.
music videos that I remember, I know had to come out of that era. Like
Okay.
Christina Aguilera, I feel like, had some.
This is linked to some other memories for me. Was me and Kent and Abby over the summer would do like day camp at the YWCA.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I remember Blue being a song in the gym that happened.
Course.
So there was a lot of swimming in 99 in the indoor pool, foggy goggles, and I think at that point I actually would dive. Like, I'm terrified of deep water.
Mm-hmm.
The 8 foot I could kind of deal with, and I actually learned how to dive. I don't know that I could do it now, but I was very proud that I did it.
I was even telling Will about this like last weekend that I can swim, but like I've never been a strong swimmer, and water scares the shit out
Water
of me.
is the scariest thing in the universe.
It truly is. Like I
hate
have
it
no
more than
desire to go
space.
swimming. Really,
I hate it more. Like, I want to be in water. Like, I do like swimming.
if I can stay in the like shallow
Yeah.
end. Yeah,
If it's like 4 or 5 feet deep,
yeah,
we're good.
as long as it doesn't go above my head, I'm
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I really can go as far as 8, but that's like, once you hit numbers like 13, I'm like, you're creeping me out now.
and it absolutely
can't.
has to be clear water.
Yep.
Like I will not get in a lake.
Fuck a lake.
I will not get in. I will traipse slightly into the ocean, but barely.
Yep. Once the seaweed starts touching me.
Mm-mm.
Not about it?
No.
Wow, I'm glad we're on board.
Yeah. Water's awful. I think the ocean is the scariest thing that I can imagine.
It truly is. I feel like we know more about space than we know about, like, deep ocean.
I think we do, and I don't want to know what can possibly survive that deep.
That's the thing, like, at this point, I'm
Because-
like, I don't know that we want to. We maybe
I-
don't want to fuck with it.
I truly don't, because what kind of horror shit is that?
But, oh, dude, did you hear? There was, I think it was Israel was trying to launch something on the moon, and it, like, busted open or something.
Oh.
But they had this little disc that was full of tardigrades. So
What?
there's probably tardigrades just living on the moon now.
I mean, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
It's crazy. Like, they're probably still frozen and,
Yeah.
like, not moving, but they're alive because they're
That's so cool.
tardigrades.
Yeah, they live through everything.
Yeah. So they're probably just chilling on the moon.
Dude, that's sweet.
Yeah. I think that just happened. They just at least reported on it this week.
Huh. I'm going to have to look into that later.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I know.
Yeah, space far less scary to me.
Word.
I mean, it's still scary, but hardly.
Definitely fire me into space before you shoot me down into
The depths of hell.
trench. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. No Scrubs is a song.
Oh, I remember that video. I loved that. I didn't even know what that song meant.
I had no idea. No.
I just loved to sing it, and I liked the video.
I was too white to know, but I did. First, I don't know where I even heard of it, or why I thought I wanted it, but I wanted that CD, and I got that CD for my birthday.
I remember in the 90s, and probably specifically like 1999-ish, music videos where everybody was wearing like outfits that were vaguely similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'd all be wearing the same color. And I remember the No Scrubs with their like white outfits.
Yes.
And I was just like, I wanted that life.
Believe, of course, was a big one. I had the single of that CD. Yeah, I think it was a CD.
Like the Believe Share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Baby One More Time.
I did like Britney Spears too.
I remember you had a CD, at least one, and I don't think I listened to her that much.
And even for me, it was just like the popular hits.
I see what you mean.
Really.
Yeah, I remember what often went along with, like what was often stacked beside Mambo Number 5 for me was the Aqua CD, which I know is older, but yeah, that was our shit.
I'm pretty sure I still have that on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Like even now.
I would be so disappointed if I didn't still have that CD. It's got to be somewhere.
I was obsessed.
Amazing.
And you're the one that brought me to them in the first place. Yeah, I still have that album that had all the, like Barbie Girl and all that stuff on it on my phone today.
This is saying Explosions in the Sky was forming, which they're a good electronic, I think. Can never keep them straight with the other one.
The other one.
Some shit that Brandon likes.
That's funny.
Also Broken Social Scene, which I think is a Canadian group.
Okay.
Canadian music, another area of research I've been doing recently.
Really?
I'm a crazy person. It looks like the third Harry Potter book came out.
Oh, wow.
I do know that was when I was definitely a 5th grade homeroom teacher that was reading the first Harry Potter book to us. So I think that's where I got into it. And doing the math, if I remember right, I think he's the same age as us.
I think so.
From the books.
Because I remember I got into Harry Potter through my Aunt Tony.
Yeah.
And I remember for my birthday one year, she sent me the first 3 books. And this is before I had even heard of the series. And he was like right around our age. And that's why she sent them to me. And then every time a book came out, it was like,
I know,
always a special thing.
I remember my mom and I were in Houston visiting my aunt when the 4th one came out. It was like overnight at a Walmart. They were like already on the shelves. We're like, what? It's early.
I think it was the year that the 5th one came out that I was actually like in Ohio visiting her. Just for like a week, because I would do that sometimes. And since she was a librarian, she would get them early, and so she got my copy of it like 3 or 4 days early.
Shut up.
I just basically spent the entire vacation with her, reading the book with her, because she was reading it too.
Totally, like the second you got a Harry Potter book, it was just like, here's the next 2 days of my life.
Exactly. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
What a good time in life.
Dude, I miss it. I cannot read. Like, I just am illiterate right now.
I'm the same way. I have like stacks of books that I want to read, and I just I don't have the attention span after going to work. And
yeah, I definitely collect stacks of aspirational books.
Same.
I feel like it's easier for me to get through nonfiction than fiction now. I don't know why that is. I think maybe because you can jump around in nonfiction and not lose a whole lot, or it's easier to skim. But I am reading a lot of writing books now. Like, I just got a pair. There's a whole series of them, but it's like, there's one that's the Emotion Thesaurus, which is like, here's what the emotion stress looks like. Here's what else it can lead to, and here's how it can de-escalate and stuff like that. So
that's
like,
cool.
It's supposed to help you out with like body language and that kind of thing.
That's interesting.
And then there's another one that is the Emotional Wound Thesaurus. So it's like, here's how your characters are fucked up.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I love that one. I spent a lot of time on that one last night.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, it's very cool. So that's a book that I'm actually reading.
I wish I could say I had one currently that I'm reading, but I just don't. What's the last book that I read?
I think the last one I got through was the Comey memoir.
Okay, the last one that I read, this will add to the witchy dark kid in me. There's this YouTuber called Death of a Mortician.
Okay.
And she's obviously a mortician. And she basically just covers like I don't know what's really going on, and she's more of like a natural death kind of
Gotcha.
person, and she wrote a book that talks about like how different cultures handle like the deaths of people, and it was actually really interesting.
Wow, that's some cool anthropology stuff right there.
Yeah, you'd probably like it.
Probably so. Yeah, that's probably a position that I would really enjoy doing if I weren't also terrified of
Same.
death.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like to say that I could do it, but I don't think I could
That's
do it.
the thing, yeah.
I like to read about it, and I like watching her YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'll do all the learning.
Sure. I am trying to restart The Lake of Dead Languages, which is one that I picked up from you.
Book.
It's like, I probably only got a chapter into it, and it is really good.
It's so good.
It's very well written.
I should reread that at some point.
It's a good one.
I was really into it.
Yeah, that's one I'm kind of picking up to learn from, as far as, here's a book that I know I like that's not so different from my own writing style, like a lot of books that I read.
I feel like the author had some other books around the same time that I picked up but never
I remember
actually
I read
got to.
one.
Yeah, that's the one I was envisioning.
Yeah, I actually looked her up recently to see what else, but like none of the descriptions appeal to me really.
Yeah,
there's a couple, but I also wasn't too interested in that book before I started reading it either. So it might just be like I should pick one up from the library and see how far I get.
Yeah.
But again, I can't read, so maybe it wouldn't do anything.
I know the feeling. Okay, so Ricky Martin was big in 1999.
Okay.
You can't discount Livin' La Vida Loca.
Oh, yeah.
That song was everywhere.
Is he the one that came out?
Yes.
I think he was pretty involved with the Puerto Rico thing recently.
I was going to say, I think he's actually pretty awesome as a human, from what I've heard.
Seems like it, yeah. That's some real shit going on.
What a world we live in.
I don't even know if they have a governor right now. They went through, like, the second one, I don't know, was kicked out or resigned within a week. The third one they don't like either. So I don't know what they want.
They probably don't know what they want.
I don't know, maybe not. And then Hong Kong is on fire. Have you been hearing about Hong Kong?
No, what's going on
Dude,
in Hong Kong?
Crazy protests for months and months. I think it's like 9 consecutive weeks of protests now.
Oh, God.
Because they have this deal with China. In 97, they were, I think, released from British rule, but they didn't really want to be under Chinese rule either, so it's, in theory, one country, two systems. So they have a little leniency in their laws where China doesn't have, and now they're starting to talk about these extradition rules that people are really pissed about because they're like, we're trying to be our own thing here.
Yeah.
And we do not need Beijing in our business.
Right.
And so, like, we're talking 1,000 rounds of tear gas and,
Jeez.
like, literal phalanxes of umbrellas against it and fucking triad being involved and, like, beating protesters and, like, probably in cahoots with the cops. And, like, it's wild out there.
It's probably going to continue to get more and more ugly until...
Yeah. And now Beijing is starting to say, well, we're actually calling it a color revolution now. So, like, they're probably going to start coming down pretty heavy-handed.
Oh, God.
So it's going to get real bad over there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's so scary, man.
The world in general is a scary place right now.
The news every fucking week is so fucking wild. I don't even know where to start.
I always wonder, like...
I literally don't remember what happened last week because it's so crazy this week.
I always wonder, like, how much of this, 20 years ago, was it this crazy and we just didn't see it as much?
I don't know.
I guess there's no way to really know, because...
Let's say 10 years ago, I was in college and actually picking up the New York Times because they were free on campus. So I was, like, actually kind of following things, and it was not like this. Like, even during recession, when we lost our house, like, shit was not this crazy every fucking day.
No, it was a very different kind of ugly, and at least in the United States, like, things were bad, but it was a different kind of bad.
Yeah, and now there's the slaughter of queer people in Chechnya, and
I was gonna say, even my time, my
Rohingya
4 years
Muslims
or whatever,
being
the
exterminated.
newspaper, like, maybe we were starting to see it getting bad at that time, but I don't think it was this.
I think it's
then.
I wonder if it's just everything's just out here, like out in the open now. Because, like, I don't doubt that people are always being persecuted and rounded up, and all of it sucks.
Yeah.
Yemen sucks. Saudi Arabia sucks.
Well, that's why I always wonder, like, how much of this is just media is becoming more and more and more prolific.
A lot of it is crowdsourced.
Yeah. Which,
They're just...
even 10 years ago, like, we had that, but not to the degree that we do now.
Right.
Twitter was a new thing.
Not everybody had a working camera on a phone.
Exactly.
And now everybody has a working video camera.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, the vetting process is maybe not quite as thorough for a lot of things, but...
Well, and because things are being crowdsourced the way they are, news outlets are following suit, you know what I mean? Like, I can at least remember, when I was in a newspaper, a lot of the stories that we would run are things that we found out about because we're watching Twitter.
So that's 2019. As far as 1999.
Yeah.
We're newsy people, so...
We are newsy people. Former journalist here.
Yeah, I can't even claim that. I'm just, like on the sidelines.
We like it.
Old Navy. I did wear a lot of Old Navy in 99.
So did I, actually.
For some reason, I remember a lot of red paired with hunter green and red paired with baby blue. That is a very 90s thing to me.
I can't say that I think I kind of remember red and baby blue a lot. But
yeah, that should come back.
Yeah, actually, yeah, the more I'm thinking about it.
I would love that shit.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
there was definitely a lot of tank tops.
Yes.
Or no, they were called spaghetti straps back then.
Exactly.
We didn't call them camis yet. Old folks.
Doesn't it make you feel old just looking back at this?
Sure.
And we're not even that old.
Does. Whatever, my life is over. The year of Pokemon. I know I had Pokemon cards. Did you ever have a game console?
Not when I was a kid, no. I remember sometimes playing with one that was my brother's,
yeah.
But it was like, I was playing the old school Mario game.
Right, yeah.
That was pretty much it.
Definitely had Babysitter one summer. This might have been 98-ish. I'm pretty sure Mulan came out around that time, so it was probably summer 98. But yeah, definitely went over to a babysitter's house and they had the duck hunt thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember That Thing You Do being played on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
At their house from the younger sister. I miss the hell out of them.
Well, and one thing that I associate pretty heavily with that period of time, like, I know I'd mentioned, like, TRL was a thing that I was watching a lot, but VH1 and their, what was it, pop-up video?
Oh my god, I loved that.
I was obsessed. Again, because I like facts, so seeing facts.
Yeah, totally.
On this song.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is we just like learning stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Millionaire series, did you ever watch those?
Oh, the game show?
Mm-hmm.
I did. I remember when that came out because my mom and I would sit and watch it.
Yeah.
Like every time it was on.
Yeah. We
Regis Philbin.
definitely watched it in the Regis Philbin era.
Yeah.
After that, I think we started to be like, this is kind of like...
Who's hosting it now? I haven't seen it since Regis Philbin.
Wasn't like Meredith Vieira doing it for a while?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Somebody like that.
Huh. Yeah, I wouldn't be about that. Regis is what really made it what it was.
Yeah, I think so. What's he up to? Any idea?
Let's find out.
Apparently online auctions became a thing. And I definitely remember my mom doing eBay quite a bit.
I can remember my dad buying stuff from eBay sometimes.
Yeah. I think my mom got a lot of clothes.
I am not an eBay person now. I remember using it a couple times in college, but...
Yeah, I did too.
Right around the time when I started learning like how to shop online and stuff.
Yeah. I definitely lean more toward Amazon and Etsy now.
Same. I buy so much from Etsy.
eBay can definitely be useful if you're looking for something really, really particular.
Yeah. I know for a while when Will first moved to Indiana, he was like... He used to be a major video game collector, like old games and consoles and stuff, and he had a ton of it. And when he moved here, he started selling off his collection, and I guess he sold a lot of it on eBay. I'm sure that was soul crushing at the time.
Yeah, I know Brandon sold off a lot of game stuff too.
Yeah.
Just make hella bank when you have video games to sell.
I mean... Because Will had, like, a bunch of the old Nintendo stuff that he sold before I even met him, and then I remember watching him go and sell his whole Sega collection, and I thought he was going to cry.
Oh, my God.
But he was the Sega boy, so I'm sure that one was a little more painful.
Wow. Yeah, you're definitely in a minority.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. Here's a BuzzFeed listicle.
Ooh.
25 things that were totally normal in 1999.
Ooh, I'm going to look for that.
Playing Snake, on a green-screened Nokia phone.
Oh,
Snake?
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I do now. Yeah.
I played a lot of that waiting in line with my mom.
Oh, definitely.
Rewinding VHS tapes after watching a movie.
For sure. Oh, the overhead projectors.
Yeah.
Those were terrible.
House phone with a cord. I had a phone in my room.
Mm.
It was blue, clear.
Oh, yeah. Clear everything
Clear
in
everything.
1999.
Yeah.
Clear furniture.
We've talked about inflatable furniture a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I like that phone. Floppy disk, hell yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Dial-up tone.
I remember that. Oh, Encarta.
I don't think I had that. I know we had, like, some other kind of, a similar program, but it wasn't specifically Encarta.
We had Encarta.
You had that one?
Yeah. Loved it. Although,
Definitely.
for research projects early on in my life, I remember my parents even had, like, an actual set of encyclopedias.
Mine too.
Which is not a thing
No.
anymore.
Yeah, I think about encyclopedias every now and then. Like, it's cool to have books like that on a shelf, but information changes all the time.
Too quickly
Like,
for that.
Who knows where the lines are in Kashmir now? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's also on fire. So,
Well, and this just goes to show, like, me, nerdy kid, because I would just sit there and, like, flip to pages, like,
Me
looking
too.
for cool stuff to
Hell yeah.
read about.
my dad had an encyclopedia of animals, like all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent so many hours tracing animals out of that book.
I love that.
I still
That's
have
so
that book.
fun. That's cute.
I think every once in a while I should just trace some animals. Music videos. Were you into teen magazines?
Not really then.
Yeah, I think it was more of a middle school thing for me when I became friends with Kristin. It was a
Yeah.
lot of, she was definitely way into Hayden Christensen.
I remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, magazines weren't really a thing that we bought a lot. Like,
No, we were
my parents were pretty frugal, so stuff like that wasn't, like, I think they would rather spend money on books than something disposable like a magazine.
right.
So,
Yeah, I feel like that's how it would be for us too. Maybe like a National Geographic every once in a while.
yeah.
Like I think maybe for a minute we had a subscription to Discover magazine, which I really
That's
like.
cool. I will say my grandfather had a subscription to National Geographic, and I think he honestly just got it so that he could read it and then give it to me.
Gotcha.
Because he would always pass them along to me. Same with that and Smithsonian, both.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Those are actually, like, the reason that I went into journalism.
Man, magazines. Direct to your door. Disposable cameras.
Which you can surprisingly still purchase, although I don't think you can get them developed at places.
Bruh.
They, like, ship that out now.
Polaroids are coming back.
Yeah.
Hella expensive.
Ruth. I have one of those, it's not a Polaroid. It's that thing you can connect to your phone. What is it called? HP something. I don't know. You connect it through Bluetooth with your phone, and you can, like, print off pictures, but the quality is crap.
Got you.
A
That's something.
sprocket, that's what it is.
What I need a wireless printer. I don't have a printer right now. It would be nice to have one that wouldn't dry up in a week because I don't print that much.
I have a tip for you.
What's that?
If you do end up investing in a wireless printer, get an HP, because they have something called Instant Ink. And you basically pay like $5 a month for 100 pages, and they just ship you ink as you need it.
Huh.
And they don't charge you. And you only get charged more if you go over on pages. And your pages roll over from month to month if you don't use them. I print a lot because of my whole sticker thing. So once I figured that out, it saves me so much money. Like, I've never had to pay more than $5 a month, and I've never run out of ink. So, pro tip.
Yeah, so for now, it's either go to the library. I have printed out things at an Office Depot, or just bring paper to work.
That's true.
I can do that too. We just got a new toner cartridge, so
There you go.
I might be printing some shit out. What's up?
I work in a print house, so it's nice most of the time, but it has its quirks, man.
Answering machine. Newspapers.
I don't think we ever had an answering machine.
Word art. I don't remember word art, but I played with the print shop so much. I loved that shit. I made letterhead, and I printed out, like, my own envelopes.
Mm-hmm.
It usually had a celestial thing on it.
Of course. As everything that we owned
I
did.
thought I was a little graphic designer. I really did. That shit was fun.
Oh, I remember word
looking
art
through
now
all
that
the-
I'm seeing it.
Looking through all the clip art.
Yeah. Oh gosh, and phone books.
Oh, is that what they mean? Right. Just like, this one's this color and this one has this kind of shading.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Fucking rental movies. Don't blow into your Nintendo cartridges. Do not.
Oh, Austin Powers is a movie in 99.
Was that the second one?
Spy Who Shagged Me. I
Yep.
don't remember which
That's
is
the
which,
second one.
if I'm being honest.
We had that tape.
Really?
We watched the hell out of that one.
I never watched a ton of Austin Powers.
Second one was, what's her name?
I can see her face, but
She's blonde,
yeah.
very cute. And the first one, I think, was that brunette British lady.
Mm-hmm.
We did not like the third one.
I probably never saw the third one.
I
Pretty
haven't-
sure I saw the second and the first, of course.
I haven't seen the second one in so long, and I'm curious to know exactly how much it doesn't hold up, because I'm sure it doesn't.
Probably not. Yeah. Austin Powers is very of that time, though. Like,
yeah, it's very 90s.
the humor was very 90s. The
Yep.
aesthetic was super 90s. Everything about it.
Yeah, because it was very much I think it was around that time that our generation was learning, okay, well, trends come and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 70s were in at
Yeah.
that time. I remember smiley faces and tie-dye and
Heck yeah.
platform everything.
God, smiley faces were like,
Yeah, it was like proto-emoji
heck yeah.
stuff. But yeah, that was, I think, something that we were becoming aware of, and
I think you're right about that.
I feel like it's starting to come back. Like we had an 80s moment for sure a couple years ago.
Mm.
We're sort of having a 90s moment. There's a lot of like crop tops and high-waisted jeans that...
And I remember specifically last year, and it seems to have been a real quick like flash in the pan, but 70s fashion was everywhere last year.
I remember a lot of like bohemian... There was also a minute there was a lot of like faux Navajo type.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what that was all about.
It also makes me feel like trends are moving faster now.
Yeah.
Possibly.
We're
cycling
please,
through quickly.
anything to make us happy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Give me that nostalgia. I don't even care what decade.
Yeah. I know. That's the thing.
Just anything that's not now.
Millennials have their own nostalgia. Gen X has its nostalgia. Gen Z probably has its fucking nostalgia.
Yeah.
Ugh. Poor things. Alrighty. Is that a
Okay.
wrap?
I think so.
Okay.